Everything in life is a decision and then discipline to execute on that decision. And before we dive in, as you know, my name is Mike Poglese, co-founder of Automated Coaching Engine, where we partner with expert coaches, help them stack more cash without sacrificing more of their time. And like I said, so everything in life that you want to get ultimately comes down to the decision that you want it, the discipline to execute and actually get what you want. Take the necessary actions to get what you want. So a little bit of story time for you. So I was out doing my lunges this morning, and for some reason, like, it's been a long time since like I've had like any type of thoughts about like, fuck this, I don't need to do these lunges, like whatever. But for some reason this morning, I like pretty much like instantly talked myself into only doing 400 meters of lunges instead of 800 meters of lunges. And like I said, I've been doing 800 meters of lunges for like literally months now, every day, not missing, not giving a fuck, and just getting it done, not really having any type of like mental blockage as far as something that's trying to stop me from doing it. The self-talk has obviously just been super positive when taking those actions, because I know what the ultimate outcome of that is going to be. And so this morning, for some reason, I like immediately talked myself out of needing to do 800 meters of lunges, like before I even started. I just like got into it. I was just like, not really feeling it this morning, not really feeling 100%, not really feeling right. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do 400 meters and call it a day. And so I finished 400 meters. I started walking back home. I started feeling a little regret, a little guilt. But when I got home, it really set in. I was like, damn, I just let myself down. Why'd I do that? Like, why'd I talk myself out of doing that? I finished my workout, finished my push-ups, my rotators that I've been doing on top of my workout, my lunges. And I went back out there and I did another 400 meters of lunges. And the reason that I did this is because I started to think, number one, how you do one thing is how you do everything. But number two, I started to think about how easy is it going to be for me to talk myself out of the other tasks that I need to get done today. Just talk myself out of doing 800 meters of lunges and instead only doing 400 meters of lunges. So that's 50% of what I was supposed to do. Imagine if I take that same mentality into everything else that I do today. Imagine if I only do 50% of what I need to do as far as my task on my list today. Maybe I don't look at all my emails. I only look at some of them because of the stage that I set this morning doing lunges. Maybe I don't record this YouTube video today because I've been doing it every single day for like the last week. So who cares if I miss one? I've been doing it every day the last week, so who cares? And another thing that I just thought about as I'm recording this is, I forced myself to wake up at 4 a.m., get my workout in, get to work, stuff like that. And Friday I slacked. I woke up, I went back to sleep on the couch, woke up at like 9 o'clock, which is like 5 hours later. Think about all this shit you can accomplish in 5 hours. You could tell I was pretty pissed off about that. And then coming into the weekend, didn't force it at all. Slept in, pleasure over purpose, mindset all weekend. I thought about that this morning too as I was going into that lunch situation. Because I missed on Friday, because I slept in on Friday, it was easier for me to miss on Saturday and Sunday. It was easier for me to sleep in on Saturday and Sunday, knowing that I need to get up at 4 a.m. And so when this morning came around, obviously I got up, but I was trying to justify why I didn't need to do the full workout. And so I want you guys to think about this in your own life too. Think about how many times you've justified why you don't need to do everything you need to do, whether it's outreach. A lot of you coaches that follow me, I talk about organic outreach as being like the main piece to the puzzle that got Mike and I to the position that we're in today. And say, for example, your goal is to send 25 outreach messages per day, but you only send 15. because you talked yourself out of needing to do all of it. You justified to yourself that you don't need to do all of it. Think about how that translates into everything that you do, everything on a daily basis. It's so easy to justify or talk yourself out of doing something because of what you've already done. But realize that what you're talking yourself out of doing is what you need to do at the highest level. So like, for example, the lunges is a good example here because a lot of us can relate to the fitness goals, fitness side of things. For me, I eat a lot, but I don't. I eat a lot of stuff, but at the same time, probably not as much as I need to. But with that said, like the amount of food that I am consuming, the amount of calories that I am consuming, it's very important that I hit those lunges so that way I know I'm getting enough cardio in, I'm keeping my metabolism cranking, and I'm able to burn it off at the same rate that I'm consuming it. So that way I'm getting the nutrients from them, you know, the proteins, the fats, things like that. But at the same time, I'm not pushing myself overload on the calories. And so it's very important that I do all 800 meters of those lunges, not just 400 meters. So that way I'm putting myself into a situation to where I'm in a caloric deficit, to where I'm still burning fat, but at the same time getting all the nutrients that I need from the food that I consume. So to translate that into your own life, what should you have done today that you didn't do? What should you have done 100% today that you only did 50%? It could be workouts, it could be reading. You know, I read 8 pages, fuck the extra 2 to get me to 10. You know, I read 8, who cares? You know, most people don't read any. Can't justify that stuff. Can't justify why you shouldn't do everything that you know you need to do. If it's on your list, you need to get it done, and not just get it done, but get it done 100%. And that's ultimately why I'm making this, is because I know there's a lot of you out there that are watching this that are in that mindset where you're constantly justifying why you don't need to show up and execute at the highest level possible. You're constantly justifying why you don't need to do everything that you know you need to do. And with that said, you're constantly not going to be hitting the goals that you want to hit if you're doing this. On the flip side, if you are pushing yourself to show up and do everything you know you need to do at the highest level, then you're always going to hit your goals. You're always going to push further. You're always going to motivate your people, your family. So with that said, get your shit done. Do the tasks you need to do 100%. Get the fucking work and share this out with a friend. Catch you on the next one. Peace.